Here it is. Oh, the lights are off. It's dark in here. Ah! Excellent! Today's video is brought to you by Lexar SSDs and memory kits. If you're looking to upgrade your gaming PC, drop a Lexar NM620 NVMe SSD into your motherboard's M.2 2280 slot. Up to 2 terabyte capacities are available, and the PCIe Gen 3x4 interface allows for up to 3,300 megabytes per second reads and 3,000 megabytes per second writes. Or try a Lexar Hades RGB DDR4 memory kit, available in 3200 or 3600 speed with XMP 2.0 support, vibrant RGB lighting, and a smooth and stylish design. Controllable by most motherboard RGB software too. For more on Lexar Hades memory or the NM620 SSD, click the sponsor link in the video description. Well, here it is, you guys. I'm introducing you to my new office, and this is my second time in here. First time was to take a tour, but I now have the keys because today is my move-in day. So let me give you guys a quick tour of it with nothing here. This used to be a law office, so this was a reception area, and they had a little window right there. So this, for me, is going to be storage space, and I'm going to install some racks right there. Coming through from there, we have, I guess this is where the receptionist would have been before, and I think this is going to be like the Joe workstation, or probably like a workstation in general that we'll set up here so that Joe can edit. It might be multi-use, multi-purpose, but probably do a sit-stand desk over there. Back over on this side, I just have sort of an empty space, so not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. I could make it a secondary shooting area. I'm thinking maybe I'll get some 3D printers or something like that. This could be a testing area. Really not sure, but nice to have open space to work with. And then here is the main office, which is a pretty long room. Goes all the way down to that end. We've got a little over 800 square feet total in this office, so this I think is going to be the main shooting area. And then out through the blinds, I actually have a pretty nice view looking out over, I guess, towards the Inland Empire or something, although it's a little bit hazy today. So I have a lot of work and a lot of setup to do in here, and I think one of the first things is going to be, you might notice I've got this sort of light, I don't know, salmonish color wallpaper going on in here. And this was already here. I actually moved into this office as is because we did a 1-year lease. They said they wanted a longer lease than that if they were gonna renovate the space, but I was like, you know what? I think I can do some basic stuff here and work with it in its current condition. You know, it's got carpets, it's got walls, so those are the basic things you need. So as I kind of already mentioned in my last Q&A video, a big reason why I decided to move into an office is to have a dedicated space where I could go to get work done, and also to not have to deal with the heat that can build up in my garage, especially in the height of summer, to not have to deal with as many of the noise issues that can occur from time to time, whether it's the gardeners coming to work on our neighbors' yards, or we have some train tracks that are pretty close to our house that can often cause noise as well. So when I first started looking, I found this location, and it's very, very close to my house, and that was a big priority for me because I haven't had a commute for quite a few years now, and I don't want to commute, and I also want to be able to quickly bounce back and forth if I left something at home or if I left something here at the office. I need to be able to get there and back to get what I need so I can keep getting work done. Of course, I have a ton of work to do on this space, so that's going to be what this video is about a little bit, is giving you guys a quick introduction, and then my first steps to get this in a little bit more of a filming tech videos ready sort of situation. So that's going to involve a little bit of paint, at least on this back wall here for the main shooting area. Then I need to get some desks set up, I need to get some storage space set up, and I need to start transferring stuff from my house, my garage, over here. But now that I have the keys and I can move in, I can actually start to work on that, so let's go. Some time has gone by and weekend has gone past, and I have gone shopping at both Kohl's and Costco, and now we're actually starting to move some stuff in, and Joe's here to help out. Hi Joe, thank you for being here. Yep. And we also have like some racks, storage racks, so we got stuff to do today, but first let's go buy paint. We have the lovely wall of colors here, and we're probably gonna go with a 5-gallon bucket because it sounds like we're likely gonna need to do 2 coats, but we're choosing gray. What color gray? We have online, which seems appropriate for what we're doing since we're uploading YouTube videos. Which one of these is just 5% gray? That's my question. That's all I want, 5%. After much deliberation, and it has nothing to do with the name, we're going with lazy gray. What do you think? I don't know, this seems about right. We can like compare it to the walls that they have here. Sure, we're making a very scientific decision here. Obviously, we've done a lot of group testing and stuff to make this, but all right, let's get the paint and go.
So here's fine?
Yeah, that should be good.
Okay.
The car is so filthy.
There you go.
Perfect. We're here. This is Joe's first look at the new office. Carrying in a big old box of stuff. What do you think?
Nice.
Good amount of space.
Really nice.
Nice salmon finish on the walls.
It's not salmon, it's garbage.
Garbage color on the wall. We have a few wall hook things that we need to pull out and maybe clean over some stuff. And I was realizing these two lights here, they're not connected to a switch as far as I can tell. They're functional, but they just unscrewed the bulbs in order to turn them off. But I feel like I could get maybe some LED Wi-Fi bulbs to put up there that I could control, like with the Elgato or something like that. That'd be cool. All right, we now have our big old paint bucket carried up to the office. This is gonna be storage racks over here. I left those down in the car because my hand cart unfortunately had a flat tire this morning and we're waiting on a different one to use. But just sort of brought the first load of stuff in from the car. Some folding tables and chairs just so we got some stuff to use for the time being. And we're getting the paint stuff ready to go so that we can start painting over here. People in the video, the tech news I did last weekend, were mentioning the spot on the carpet right here. And you're right. This carpet's not in the greatest shape, but honestly, we're not going to be pointing the camera at it very much. There's a possibility that in the future, I might get a rug or two in here just to kind of tie the room together. But as you can see, this office was used for probably quite a few years prior to us moving in. But part of the deal to get the somewhat short one-year lease on the place was that we agreed to do any sort of aesthetic upgrades to it ourselves. So that's why we're starting off with the painting today. Joe has already started work, making a little bit of a mess here. It's okay, it's part of the painting experience. Joe has also graciously offered to get started on the painting. He's gonna start cutting in the edges here while I go and pick us up some food, which seems like a reasonable trade-off to me.
Is that your surprise I'm helping you?
This was Joe's idea. Well, no, I just didn't want to take advantage of your generosity, of course. But all right, let's. I'll be right back with some grub.
So of course, Paul decided to leave me alone to do all the work, right? So that's how it goes. I actually used to work in construction and like painting was one of the things I used to do, right? So basically all I'm doing is like I'm going around the edges. Basically with the brush, I just go in the corners and like add some paint. Also, you know, paint around like the outlets and on the baseboard area. That way when we do like the, use the roll, it's a lot easier because you already got like the edges there, right? So the walls, we can do like with the rolls, it's gonna be a lot quicker and easier. So that's basically all I'm doing. While Paul is out there, I don't know, playing video games or something. Nah, I'm kidding, he's getting me lunch. The reason why I stay behind is because I used to do this before, so I'm familiar with what to do, so yeah. Gotta give Paul a hard time because it's funny.
I brought lunch and a bucket of useful things, and Joe has been diligently working. Let's see how far he's gotten. Wow, I like cutting in. Cutting in hard. It'd be nice if we had a pour spout for this thing. Maybe we could upgrade tomorrow. Just gonna catch the waterfall right there at the edge. That's the trick. Man, that wasn't too bad, right?
No.
Am I doing this right?
Yeah. Paul knows the zigzag way. Make sure you guys leave a comment if Paul's doing anything wrong. Like long comments, all right?
I'm sure I'm doing this perfectly, as any professional can tell you.
We'll be back in like 4 hours to see how he does it. This one wall.
Well, it's been 4 hours. Almost done with this first wall here. Pretty standard, great for a professional painter, of course. Tell them my technique.
Not a single drop spilled. Look at that. Professional.
And you're going over the spot with no carpet protection, so you gotta be very careful.
I know, I'm badass.
Alright, so there's how the paint was before, and here's the new paint. A little bit different. It has definitely a blue going on. It's almost even a light blue, gray, but it's lazy gray, so that's pretty good. Joe has been working really, really hard. I appreciate it. I have been working hard too, and we have got one coat on this main office, and it's looking pretty good. We are going to do a little bit more touch-ups. I don't think we need a full second coat because the paint's pretty good quality and it's covering pretty well. We're gonna do one more round of touch-ups here, and that's gonna be all for today, and then we're gonna come back tomorrow to do that room in there. We're not gonna do the entrance area though, because that's just mainly gonna be storage, so that gets to stay with the salmon colored. What is the style of paint on there, Joe?
I think it's called Venetian.
Venetian?
Something like that, I don't remember.
So it's like a Venetian garbage wash that looks horrible and we hate it. But and then of course there's the yellow wall. We're gonna paint over that one too. Just getting that second coat on. Makes a huge difference, as you can tell. Trying to get, a candid one of both of us. And we begin day 2. All right, here's our work from day 1. Got this room complete, happy with that. It just dried overnight and none of the paint caught on fire or anything like that. So today we have this room to do in here, which is basically this big wall, which is yellow. And then of course the rest of the wall over here and over here. I also have just signed up for some internet. They're gonna come on Friday to install it. So hopefully they can get that done early enough in the day that I can still record tech news from here in the office. That's sort of my stretch goal for the week. I hope I can do it. Unfortunately, there's no fiber in this building, which kind of sucks because I could have gotten 300 both ways for 50 bucks. Instead, I get 600 down and 35 up for 110 from Spectrum, which is, it's better than 25 down and 2 up, which is the bonded DSL connection that Frontier was offering since they didn't have fiber. So at least we have enough that we could like live stream from here and stuff like that. And 600 down, it's not horrible. This is my spur of the moment buy from Costco. Cyber Power Surge Protector 3-pack. Of course, we need to plug lots of things in here. This has useful stuff like USB A and C connectors and little lights that tell you if it's actually protected and grounded. Get these out of the box. Just one for now. Lunchtime yet again. Well, we have to document that I'm feeding Joe as well as forcing him to do manual labor. Today we got sandwiches though instead of chicken sandwiches, which is way, way healthier. Just enjoying our nice view. It's a nice view. It's kind of blown out right now though. Starting to fill in here. Is that your special technique?
Here's Paul sleeping on the job.
Working very hard. This is the hardest part right here. Look at this, look at this. We are so close. Down to the last corner. Technically, we have maybe second coat to do in some spots, but this paint's been doing a great job. There's certainly some places where stuff underneath might start to show through a little bit, but once it dries and once it sets, like over here, like look how uniform this looks. This is pretty much a single coat over here, and this was over the hideous red and putty and whatever stuff that was there before, so that's cool. So we're in the home stretch. Good job, Joe. Thanks for doing most of the work. Last bit of hideous yellow.
There you go, the last bit.
Yay! It's gray. It's all gray now. Everywhere's gray. It's all gray. It's not gray in there. Don't. Never mind that. This is all gray. Woo! Yay! It's so much better. It matches. Happy. That wraps up our work for day 2. As you can see, we have done all the painting pretty much that we planned on doing. And Joe and I just keep saying, like, we really like this color. It's like gray, mostly gray. It's got a blue undertone for sure, but that helps cool things off in here, which is okay because the warmth coming from the windows, since they do have a little bit of a tint, I think it helps kind of balance that out. So here is, like, you know, the desk in the office for now. There's my shoes. We still have some finishing things to do, like I'm gonna get new wall plates for some of these, or I might just paint over some of the others. We need to get some trim for the bottom in some places where it was missing. And in here, that last coat has just finished. It's still drying a bit over here, and Joe has gone around and used a bit of caulk to finish off some of those little dents and dings in the walls from where stuff was hanging up before. And then a few places we left the hardware there because I'm probably gonna hang something there anyway. 8,352 pictures on the GoPro today for our time lapse. And we're actually also getting towards the end of this video. I don't even know what the final thing is gonna be because I don't know how tomorrow is gonna go. I have tomorrow, Wednesday, to do some more work here, maybe get those racks set up out in the storage area. And like I said, my stretch goal is to get my shooting area set up over there and maybe shoot Tech News on Friday. I hope I can do that. But that's all for the painting crew. Thank you very much again, Joe, for all of your help with this. He said it reminded him of his favorite job that he used to do back when he used to paint all the time. All right, let's see what happens tomorrow. What's gonna happen tomorrow? I don't know. And with the help of my handy new hand cart, I actually finally moved these shelves in from my truck and up to here, but I'll be putting those together later. I have already determined that whatever I get done today will be the end of this video, for better or for worse, but first I'm coming in to take a look at our handiwork, and oh my gosh, all the places where Caulkmaster Joe finished off are looking just great. He is obviously legendary, his caulk skill. And Joe's caulk skills are obviously legendary. That's part of the reason that I hired him. It's his delicate touch. It takes a delicate touch with the caulk, and we all know that, of course. But I brought a bag full of tools today. I need to do some cleanup. I left some of these drop cloths out to dry so that they could be folded up and wouldn't have wet paint on them. My goal for now is to use my crappy tape measure here. I need a new one. To take some measurements for Joe's desk over here. I should just get general measurements for this area, but then this area over here, because I gotta figure out if the desktop that I'm looking at will fit. And then I'm thinking a rug will probably be nice just to cover this spot, because everyone seems very, very curious about like what caused that spot right there. We may never know. It was a law office here before, so obviously they're into some really shady stuff. But I'm just gonna quickly grab these measurements and then it's off to IKEA and then probably Home Depot. All right, I made it to IKEA. I had to come to the one in Costa Mesa because they don't have the tabletop I want at my local one. So about a 30-mile drive to get down here. Anyway, be right back. All right, so IKEA defeated me. This is all I got, this one piece, my one tabletop. I was looking for Joe's as well, and they didn't have the size I wanted, and that threw me off. And then I was looking at rugs, and I couldn't decide on one. I want to get this in there and see what it looks like, and then I'll get a better idea of what I can do for a rug. Of course, it's just like perfectly too wide to fit between my wheel wells, and just slightly too long to allow me to close my tailgate. All right, so I made my way to Home Depot. Already went in, thankfully, and I got only what I needed. And if you're wondering where my tabletop went, it's because I already stopped by and dropped it off at the office because I realized that since I can't close the back of my truck with it in there, I didn't really want to stop at Home Depot and go shopping around. But honestly, today is feeling very, very inefficient because I've spent many, many hours traveling, I feel like, already, and picking up things, and all I've gotten is that one desktop and these things right here, the wall-based boards. These are the self-stick vinyl ones, but at least I can finish that off. I'm now gonna go home to pick up a few things that have been delivered there, and then hopefully have a couple hours to spend at the office putting things together. Okay, I'm back. Today went by so fast, and I did so much driving, and getting this whole big tabletop thing up here with that dolly was not very fun. Unfortunately, I didn't get video of it. My hands were occupied. I do have, so I've got this, which arrived, and I've got, of course, these that I picked up. I feel like these will really help me feel like the wall stuff is finished off, everything except the wall plates, of course. And then this is some things that will help me basically get the set going the way I wanted to. These actually hook into the ceiling, which is pretty cool since I have a drop ceiling. That's what these are for too. I'll show you those in a minute. I'm running out of time today, so I'm going to build those shelves at a later date. I would like to clean up the paint stuff, maybe do a quick bit of vacuuming, and then get at least a rough setup going over here. And I have maybe about an hour to do all this, so let's see what I can do. I think I did like a reasonable, like, okay, I still have one more part to finish there, but I'm really running out of time. Yeah, it's okay, it's fine. It's okay. Anyway. If you watched any of my old garage work logs, you probably know I'm a big fan of ceiling mounting things or putting things up above your head so they're out of the way. And since we have what is known as a drop ceiling here in my office, we have a grid of metal sort of girders up there. I can't hang like too much weight from it or anything, but I got these little hooks at first. They're just supposed to snap around that, so I can use that if I need to suspend wires across there or anything. And then after a bit of hunting, I discovered that these exist. This is specifically called the Avenger C1000 Drop Ceiling Scissor Clamp. So it opens like that and closes like that to clamp around the ceiling tile rail, and then it has just like this standard, I forget what this is called exactly, but this is a standard camera mount rigging thing. It's the same thing that's right here on top of my C-stand, which is what I use to mount like my LED lights. So this should allow me to hang one of those from the ceiling. Might not be able to do this with one hand. That's kind of reasonable, and I think I will add a chain up there as a safety measure, just in case that thing slips. But very easy way to ceiling mount stuff. I like it. And there it is, kind of sort of just where I wanted it to be. But yes, I like this. I think this is very nice. I wanted to go with a slightly darker wood finish than what I had in the garage. And the reason I had to drive so far to get this is because you might notice it's kind of wide. It's a bit girthy. This is the, I think, 40-inch width one, whereas most countertops go to like 25 or 30 inches, because this is going to be like my presentation desk where I sit and do tech news and stuff like that. But this is also going to be like the build desk, work area. If I'm going to do a system build or something like that, that's going to be here too. So I wanted there to be plenty of space. Beyond that, just got to get the lights set up, just got to get my camera in here, and I maybe will be able to sit right there and shoot tech news on Friday. And I know the audio is probably going to suck because I'm far away from the camera now and I've been using the in-camera mic for this whole video. So actually, let me get a bit closer. All right, this is better. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I wanted to make it a little bit more than just hey, I got a new office, here's me walking in and showing it to you. The office does need some upgrades because, as I think I already mentioned, I went for a shorter term lease, but I opted to do the upgrades myself. And I think it's going pretty well so far, but if you guys have any suggestions for me, especially if you're like an interior designer or something like that, leave them in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for Tech News on Sunday, where you'll find out if I actually get this space ready to shoot it here or if I need to shoot one more episode in my garage. If you guys want to hit the thumbs up button on your way out, that's very much appreciated. Check out my store at paulshardware.net, where you can buy shirts and mugs and pint glasses and all sorts of high quality merchandise. More updates on the office coming next week after Tech News. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.